Hi everyone, today I want to share a new Stamp and Punch bundle that is starting on August 3rd. It's super cute. I thought it was adorable right away, and I love this little penguin. You've got one that's kind of on his tummy, he can sled down the hill, and then one facing forward, and that one has a matching punch, and that's super cute because you can do the penguin itself right here out of this stamped image, but you can also, they've given you two pieces in case you wanted to build a penguin out of cardstock. So you can punch the outside bigger piece with black cardstock and then punch the inside with white cardstock and layer them, and you got little feet that you can have standing up, or you can have like they're sitting down. Super cute. And so I want to do something with this, and I wanted to do something not holiday. I'm not quite ready for holiday, I have to say. I think I've said that before. This one is really cute though, because even though it's got some greetings for holiday, it also has happy birthday. Super cute. And then I really like this one. I like you a lot'll. It's like a little except a lot. Super cute. So that might be fun for a flap card. So that's my plan for that. So I know I'm gonna use this a lot. I've already got maybe 3 different cards in my brain. I've got a flap and a spinner, and I've got all kinds of little slider maybe. Super cute. So I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this one, and I love the fact that in Sale-a-Bration, which is also going on right now, August and September, there's a paper pack that coordinates with it, and this one is really cute. I showed it in a couple other videos, so I'm just going to briefly show it here. You've got these little penguin, and then they've given him some friends, a polar bear and a fox, and they're building a snowman, and just all kinds of fun things here. And the back sides have, you know, stripes and kind of solid colors, and then the other side has the little snow friends. Super cute. So right now I just wanted to do something simple because this is my first go around with this stamp set, and I'm leaving for vacation. so I wanted to put out something, and so I thought I would do a simple to super kind of idea. So what I mean by simple is that it's just using stamps, ink, and paper. That's it. I don't use any special tools. I didn't even use the punch. I wanted to show that you can do something with just stamps, ink, and paper, and I even cut this myself by hand. Very simple card that you can make really quickly. Sometimes you're in a hurry, or maybe you don't want to, maybe you have a limited craft budget and you just want to get the stamp set, and you know, you can hand cut out, or you can just stamp directly onto your cardstock, which is what I did here. And then I kind of stepped it up a notch by using that punch. So oops, this one this one I used the punch to cut out my penguin, and I added a little bit more embellishment. So this is not stamps, ink, paper. This is stamps, ink, paper, punch, and embellishment. And then step it up a little bit further, and I did the cardstock penguin, added even more steps, and I added a die cut. So it depends on, you know, what you've got on hand and how much time you have, what version you want to do. And it's super cute as a simple card, and also super cute stepped up. So let's make this one together. I wanted to start with the simple, and that one is just using that stamp directly onto cardstock. And I want to show you how easy that is. So you're going to stamp his body. I should say this is 1 3/4 by 2 and excuse me, 1 3/4 by 2 7/8. So I've got my penguin, and then I'm going to put on his beak. Now you can use pumpkin pie. The paper pack uses Calypso coral, and so even though I'm not using any of the patterns that have Calypso coral in it, that's what I grabbed. So I'm going to give him a little beak. Super simple. And then the feet. Now the feet, I don't know why I put it on such a big block, but they've got this one where you've got two feet, and so you don't even have to, and you can do it, you know, like this. So his feet are facing downward, so he's kind of like standing up on his toes, or where he's kind of sitting down. So I've got his feet, and then they give you another foot, this one, where it's just one. So that would be great, you know, for this little sledding guy. When you see him side view, you might only see the 1 foot. And same thing with the beak. You've got a front view beak and a side view beak. All right, so we've got that, and then we want to add our balloon. And I use just jade. Okay, and they even give you a string for your balloon, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I didn't ink it all the way because it's long and I have such a small little piece of cardstock here that I want to use, so I didn't ink it all the way down. So I've got my string, so I've got my little penguin holding onto the balloon. Okay, so I grabbed a couple pieces of designer series paper from that Sale-a-Bration paper pack, and it was hard to cut up these cute little animals. They're so cute, but I luckily have a couple packs, so I went ahead and did it. Anyway, I went with a stripe, and here's the Just Jade, so I pulled that out, and this is Fresh Freesia. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue those down. And then I made a little matte piece out of some Fresh Freesia. And that's 3 1/8 by 2. Okay, and so all we're going to do here is add the happy birthday. So simple and yet really cute. So I went with pulling right from the designer series paper, soft seafoam. And so I'm going to go ahead and stamp my happy birthday. And then I cut this, how I like to cut my little flag ends is I go up the center and then meet the center from each side. And I feel like I do a decent job of getting it nice and even here when I do it that way. Okay, so all I'm going to do with this is put it up on some dimensionals to give it a little bit of height. The trick here is because you've angled your paper, you want your penguin to not be angled, and that is like a trick of the eye. Okay, I think I did it. And then I'm going to stick down my greeting, and you can put it anywhere. I think I like, on this version, I like it up top. Alright, this is the minimal supplies, super easy and super quick way to make a cute little birthday card. Alright, let me do the next one. Alright, so the base is the same. It's a piece of Fresh Freesia, and then I used some of that Sale-a-Bration designer series paper, free with a $50 purchase. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Just angling them. These, by the way, are 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, and then this time, instead of stamping directly onto that piece of Whisper White, we're going to stamp on a scrap piece and then punch it out. Now the only tip I have for you here is to kind of look at how this punch is set up, which I didn't do the first time. See how the head is up here, so when you're putting it into the punch, you know, you want to make sure that you're putting the head of the closest to the edge of the paper, because if I had done it up here, it wouldn't, you know, if I had put the head up here, it wouldn't have fit. I would have had to cut this off, and then it would be too small to hold and slide in, and you know how that goes. Alright, so I'm going to stamp him with his head closest to the edge of the paper. Like this. And all I need to add is the beak. and his feet. Okay, and so then we can slip it right in there and punch it out. Oops, I don't want to stick that down just yet. So then on my piece of scrap here, I'm going to go ahead and stamp a balloon. Oop, I had something on there, a little fuzz. Let me clean it. There we go. Now there isn't a punch for the balloon, and that's okay because it's actually a really simple shape. If someone has the Duo balloon punch from a few years ago that retired, you can see if it fits this balloon, because for some reason it looks to me like the exact shape, and I recently sold my balloon punch, so I can't tell you if it fits or not. Okay, so there we have our stamped little version, and the only thing I want to add here is the string. So you can add a real string or you can add a stamped string, and I decided to add a stamped string just to make this card simple. I'm sticking with just slightly more elaborate than the first one, but still on the simple side. Oops. Alright, so we're going to ink up. Oh, look at that. Not in Calypso Coral. I don't know where my brain was on that one. Okay. And then before you glue anything down, kind of figure out where you want this to be. Now I want my balloon this time to kind of go off of the frame, out of the frame. So I'm going to move it a little higher than I did last time. So I'm going to move my little pieces out of the way and stick that down. And now I can add the little guys. I'm going to put the whole thing straight down on the Fresh Freesia frame. And then I'm going to use dimensionals to add my pieces so they have a little bit of dimension, a little bit of height off the page. And I want them to be slightly off. I want them to hang off the side on both top and bottom. Give it a little balance there by doing both top and bottom. And I think that looks cute. There. Okay, so now we're going to just go ahead and layer that. And you can stick it down flat or use dimensionals. I think I like it with dimensionals. And now we just need our birthday greeting. And I think, do I want it up here? I think this time, because that's sticking out, I like that. I am going to put this lower like that. Okay, and then if you want, you can add a little bit of bling just for fun. Just adding a little bit more. And I'm just going to add some random little gems here. Oops. That one does not want to go on. Alright, there we have the slightly more supplies version. And you do need the punch. And then let's do a final version where we're adding a little bit more. You have a little more time on your hands, you can add a little more. Starting with the same base. Look how cute that bear is. Base is basically the same, and then we're going to use a frame, nice little, this is from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I think these are kind of an essential die if you have dies. It's got frames in these cute little stitch scalloped rectangles in various sizes, and then it's got a few additional labels as well, and I use this one constantly. Love that. Okay, so let's get our white piece again, and this time nothing's happening with this one, I don't think. It's going to go straight down, so I can do that right away. I like to get pieces out of my way if I can. Okay, and then this can go straight down with some dimensionals. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to use cardstock to make our penguin. So I've got some Calypso Coral scrap here, and we need 2 of these little feet. There we go. And then with a piece of, let's see if this is wide enough, basic white. It is wide enough. I love using up my scraps. There we go. I've got that piece, and then I need a little skinny scrap of black for this side. Okay, there we go. Now on this one we're going to need to add eyes and a beak. So they've given you eyes, and they've even spaced them apart. So it's not just one little dot. It's spaced apart. It's spaced perfectly. You don't have to think, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and add those eyes. Except that I smeared it a little bit. I'm trying not to put my head under the camera so you don't see the top of my head. And then because of that, normally I would lean way over when I'm stamping. Okay, you might just have to see the top of my head. And then you've got his little beak. How cute. Okay, and then we're going to just glue him together. And then you can add the little feet. And again, you can make his feet coming out or go standing up as if he's sitting. He's adorable. All right, really cute little guy, isn't he? All right, now I want to make some balloons, and this time I'm going to make 3 balloons. I'm going to see if this is wide enough. I'm trying to use up scrap again, so let's see. I think it is wide enough. So I'm going to go with just jade. Okay. And then I'm picking other colors straight from the Designer Series paper, and there is Misty Moonlight. And then I'm going to grab this light soft seafoam. It's a color I rarely use. I forget about it all the time. It's such a pale little color, and it's really pretty. It's a great accent. So I'm really glad that they put it in that Designer Series paper, the penguin paper, because I forget about this color so often, and it's really a nice color. I like these 3 colors together. Okay. So now I'm just going to cut these out. I will put my video on fast forward while I cut them out. Okay, now I want to add some string, and instead of doing the stamped string on these balloons, I'm going to add some real string. So this is the black Baker's Twine, and they used to sell it individually, and now Baker's Twine comes in a pack of 5 colors. This is the essentials. So you've got I think they're calling this white, vanilla, black, and then this one I think is gray granite and crumb cake. I wonder if it says. It doesn't. But I wanted to, some people have asked me if this is the same as linen thread, and it's not. It's a it's a cotton baker's twine. It's the same color. It's almost the same color. So similar. It's just you don't have the natural fiber looking of linen. So this is linen, and this is, you know, baker's twine, like just like all the other baker's twines. And so it just doesn't look, I mean, it's a natural fiber, it's cotton. But is it maybe cotton or polyester? Not sure if it tells me. Cotton, 100% cotton. And linen is, you know, it's just, it's different. It has a different fiber look to it. It's looser fibers, whereas this is more uniform and machined. So anyway, super, the essential pack is great. And it's got some really nice colors. So I do think it is kind of essential. It's perfectly named. But someone did ask me if that was linen thread in there, and it is not linen thread, but could certainly pass for it if you needed it. All right, so I cut 3 little strips, and I think the easiest way to add these to the balloons is with a glue dot. So I'm going to grab my glue dots and just put a glue dot on the back of each one of these balloons. And then I'll add a string. Probably cut the string a little too long, but I guess rather too long than too short. So alright, so I've got my string down, and then you're going to add some dimensionals. I'm getting to the edges here. Okay, now you just got to play around with which one you want where. So I think I want this one at the highest point. Okay, and then I'm going to put the blue one and the green one. Maybe a little lower. And then think about how you want those strings to react. So I think I'm going to put the penguin over here, and you have to kind of imagine where his hand is going to be. And it's going to be right there. So I'm going to put a glue dot there because I want all the strings to kind of come together where the penguin's hand would be. And then go ahead and add, I went too high on that. I think it's okay though. No, it's not. I want it lower. It will bug me. A little lower. Okay. And then we're going to add our little penguin with some dimensionals. Okay, super cute. And now, happy birthday. So I don't have an exact size on this. I'm going to guess 3/4 of an inch. I just kind of cut it by eye, by sight. So I'm thinking it's about 3/4 of an inch thick. Let's see, a little shy of that, a little over half. And then just kind of eyeball it. There, super cute. So fast too, this one. Even all 3 versions are really relatively fast. I'm going to add some bling just for fun. This time I'm putting it a little lower on the card because I've got so much more going on here than I did before. And so I'm kind of staying off the white. Okay, now I didn't design inside ahead of time. I should have done that, but I think I'll play around with one now just to see what I can come up with. So I've got a piece of basic white, and I'm going to, I think, add the other penguin. Why not? And maybe the little sled hill. So what do you do first, the sled hill or the penguin? Sometimes not planning things out is not a good idea. But I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to grab Misty Moonlight since that's in the front of the card. And it might be a little dark for my snow hill, but that's okay. All right. All right, so I've got the sledding penguin this time. And now, just where do I want to put him? Do I want him all the way down? Is he just starting his descent? I think he's going to go right there. And then I think on the inside I want to put some kind of a sentiment too. And I like this, to the coolest friend ever. Let's do that. Now, I don't know if you're like me, sometimes with these skinny ones, you don't intend to, but you bend them while you're putting them on your block. So the best way for me to do this is I let it go on a piece of, just lay it down, let it be, and it'll just be in its natural state, and then kind of grab it, and then you've got it with, because just naturally if I tried to place it down, I would bend it, I would have it tipping up or something at the side. Maybe you don't have that problem, but it's something that happens to me all the time, so I thought I would share. Okay, I'm going to go with Just Jade. And I forgot he needs a beak and a foot. So let's grab that 1 foot, little side foot. That's a heart. Here's the foot. And then the side beak. Here's that. All right, there's my inside. So cute. I hope you like it. And so this is Penguin Place from the it's the August to December mini catalog, which is just starting. You can see the full mini catalog. I'll have it linked up at my blog, Best Paper Cuts. And also Sale-a-Bration is going on August and September. So if you're watching this August and September, you can choose this really cute paper free with a $50 purchase. Super cute. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. I love to discuss stampy things. Here's the simple stamped ink paper. That's it. And here's my 3 versions. Super cute. I hope you enjoyed them. Bye.